Oh my god, is Helldivers 2 woke now? At least that's the situation according to the community manager for the Discord of Helldivers 2, and I think this is something that is alarming a lot of people that have been trying to distance themselves from this overall political debate that's been going on within the game development sphere, where a lot of people were trying to inject their politics into video games, and this is leaving a lot of gamers frustrated, and they saw Helldivers 2 as a bastion of a place where they can just go and play games. They don't have to have this influence of overriding political current day modern politics being forced into their face. And I think people thought this situation was going to occur with Helldivers 2, but then we heard that they banned anyone that brought up politics, even going as far as banning some of the leftist progressive politics that we expected to be championed and revered in every video gaming community. And I think this is going down specifically for the LGBTQ flags and colors and capes that people were asking for. They banned the people that were recommending this, and this goes for the other side too, for conservatives, people bringing up Trump and all this other things. But this is not the case when it comes down to the community manager for Helldivers 2, at least for their official Discord. And she comes out and says Helldivers is pretty woke. We have these woke politics. Everyone believes in this in the community manager department for Helldivers 2. We have a strong belief in these social progressive ideals, and we think people are lame and stupid that don't think that we believe this way. And that's what she posted on Twitter, kind of champion all these ideologies. And someone asked her on Twitter, the community manager, why are you saying this when you actually ban politics from your Discord chat? And she says this occurred because we had a lot of emotional people that didn't want to deal with the backlash of discussing their personal politics, and they were struggling emotionally and mentally with this damage that was occurring, where people were saying we don't want to talk about politics. At least this is according to the community manager. And the community manager, you have to realize, is just a person that deals with social media interactions with the fans and maybe deals with the marketing team. So this is not a person that's closely connected to the development team. This is not a person that is in the process of making weapons or stories or anything else. This is a person that's kind of out of the system of the core team of the Helldivers development department. So you can't really take anything she says purely as is. She might not even be in the country where the game is being developed. She might be in another part of the world. So it's hard to say if what she's saying is true, because I think this is a job post that can be done remote. So she might not even be in the building. It's hard to say that is the case, but I think there's no doubt that she has this social progressive mindset that a lot of community managers have nowadays in the video games development sphere. If you don't know what's going on, you have community managers that say they hate gamers, white male and Asian males, and this is something in Xbox Compulsion Games where they actually said this outright on Twitter. And there's a whole list of community managers that work within the industry that kind of have this same perspective where they dislike the gamers themselves. And I think that is a thing that we're seeing that is just growing out in the industry, this dislike for gamers from people that deal with the social media departments of these companies. And I think that's the main thing I'm thinking of. These social community managers usually are not in the building with the engineers and software developers and all those people that actually work in the team, the people building the stories for these games. So I think we have a misconception that these people are actually at the core structure of the video game development process, when in actuality they're an antenna to the video game development process, where they're just out there to manage the community itself, and they don't bring anything beyond that. And I think that's the essential thing we have to realize about these community development managers. I think the problem with Xbox and their community development manager is that you have people that are in the development process that think the same way as a community development manager. And I think that is the thing when you get things that are a little bit sticky here, where that spells disaster for Xbox itself. But when you look at the developer of Helldivers 2, Arrowhead, they have a strict response to what their community manager said, where they got her to remove all of her posts mentioning woke stuff and about the game itself and the emotional situation of the people and the staff. They got her to remove everything, even change her bio, because if you see her bio, it was completely different before this situation occurred. You can see all the rainbow flags, Palestinian flags. You can see all the rights flags that she has up there that were representing her political ideology. And I think this is the main thing where we have to understand these community managers are usually outside of the development buildings, and you can see that with Arrowhead Zendesk.com. Zendesk is a system that you can use where you can have remote people working outside of the company all across the world through this software application. Is a software as service. And I think that is a situation we have here with this community manager, where she's probably off site in a different part of the world. She's actually trying to guide the Helldivers community in a specific way. And that's why we have Arrowhead, the developer themselves, kind of restricting what she says, because after she made the comments about Helldivers 2, a few minutes later, everything on her page quickly changed. All the rainbow flags, all the Palestinian flags, all the rights posters, and everything else about her political affiliation were removed immediately. Even her picture changed, where they removed any essence of her from her profile. Of course, we still have the she/her thing. That's the thing that I think the company itself wants to avoid any controversy with this particular employee, because these employees are usually willing to muddy the waters with a company with lawsuits and stuff like that. So I can see them saying, okay, remove everything else, you can keep the pronouns, whatever, that's it. We just want you not to say anything about politics with our game. And I think this is a bright side of Arrowhead Studios. Whenever it comes to politics, they're quickly to remove anything. It doesn't matter which side of the aisle you're on, they're going to remove it, because they want to maintain a balance of focus on the video game itself. And I think that's a positive thing we have about Arrowhead Games. Here I see had a bunch of other posts, this community manager, but I think this is other past posts that she posted on Twitter, and she removed all of these, including some overall political affiliations she had from Twitter, and she put on as a statement that these are only my thoughts, they don't represent the company. You can obviously see Arrowhead Studios came out and said, shut it with everything you're saying politically, remove all your political signs, say you're not associated with us, and you may be able to keep your job. And I think that is the situation with Helldivers 2. I think everyone is overblowing this, saying it's going woke. I think they're trying to make money, essentially, because this is a studio that's betting on one game, and now it's making wild success. It doesn't want to lose that success, so they're going to shut down anything that can bring an overall detriment to the growth of their company. And I think that is a situation with Arrowhead Studios. You can see this with some of the posts she removed. I think that is the essential thing that we're seeing that is happening with this company, and I think it's a good thing. Hopefully Helldivers stays out of the political conversation for the most part. I think that is a positive thing. People are enjoying the game. I'm enjoying what this game is developing into. Hopefully they keep their head down, focusing on making a great game for all players to enjoy, and ignore the politics. And I hate when people come out and say, oh, it's a political game, it's making fun of fascism and stuff like that. Yeah, we know we're playing the game, we're having fun pretending that we're part of Super Earth. We don't care about you saying, hey, this is making fun of the fascists and the world. We don't care. We're having fun with managed democracy. We don't need you to come and try to point out in a lazy fashion that this is bad still. No, we're playing games. We don't care about your political affiliation or you trying to point out how Super Earth is bad. Like, who cares what you have to say? We're fighting for Super Earth. We're pretending, we're role playing. We don't need you to come in and bust the role playing that we're all having and enjoying here. It's like the nosy older sister or aunt coming in trying to say, hey, the wrestling is not real. We know wrestling is not real. We enjoy it, so stay out of it. And I think that is the situation with Helldivers. You have people coming out saying, hey, this is not real good. Super Earth is bad. It's fascist. We don't care. We're enjoying it. Get out of here. And I think that is the situation we have here with Helldivers. We don't need to hear you say, oh, this is supposed to be something about, oh, fascism is bad and stuff like that. We don't care. We're here to enjoy the game. And if you come up with that type of stuff, we're not going to listen to you, because you just don't get it. That's basically it. But you leave your comments. Tell me what you think about Helldivers 2 Studio swiftly responding and silencing their community manager. I think that's smart by them, and hopefully they continue this trend. But you leave a comment, tell me what you think, like, share, and subscribe. This is Wagner Knows Why. Catch you next time.